Hey guys, welcome back. If this is your first time on the channel, a very warm welcome to you, and I hope you enjoy the video. So, lately I've been thinking about something that, never really occurred to me. So, first off, I'm in my early 20s, and I am old enough to be able to legally buy and drink alcohol and, buy and smoke tobacco products. But I've never felt an inclination to do that. And I don't know if this is necessarily related to, I wouldn't say 100% the upbringing I had. Obviously, I thought it was all right. It was good. It was a good upbringing. And I've never felt the want, need, or care, desire to drink or smoke or do drugs. Mainly, I think it's because we tend to see, front and center what it does to people, right? Especially things like, all the overdose deaths from, like fentanyl and heroin and all that stuff. We see the effects and everything, and I think that with the increased exposure that we have in today's very advanced technological world, it opens our eyes to the horrors of this stuff, right? Like the smallest little sniff of fentanyl and you can die. That's pretty scary. Or, you see people who shoot up heroin or use needles for other whatever they might be using. And you just see just the syringes and the dirty needles everywhere. It's just like, man, that's just nasty. It's nasty stuff. Or how we have, interestingly enough, I would say an increase in advertising for like beer for like alcoholic products. Man, maybe it has gone down a little bit. I mean, I think it depends on what you watch and everything like that. For more, if you watch sports, you're going to see a lot more of those kind of ads, those beer ads, because it's manly to drink a beer. Bro, that thing contains so much crap that I don't even want to even think about drinking like that. I don't find it, something that I would be interested in doing. Because especially if you take alcohol, then if you drink alcohol, first off, it's not, for me at least, I have never like put it on this godly pedestal, like, oh my god, I'm 21, I can drink now. It's like, it's all right, it's cool. I'm old enough now. If I could do it if I wanted to. But it's just so expensive, right? I'm not about to go drop $24-$25 on either like a 24 or 32 pack of cans, right? I'm not gonna drop $30 on a big old bottle of vodka or tequila, right? That's no, thank you. First off, like anybody can, we're so strained for money, but we got money for alcohol and drugs. Like, what the hell? How's that right? I mean, like anybody can save anything in today's economy, so forget that. But yeah, I guess my relationship with drugs and alcohol has been non-existent, really. I have drank a little bit of alcohol, and I'm not talking about those those little small cups that they put the wine in at the church services, right? Those little small cups. Like, can you even call them cups? They're not even the size of a shot glass. So I mean, I did once, but it wasn't like a full bottle. It was just a couple sips, and I was like, it's not. I mean, granted, it could have been the one that I tried that wasn't that great. But it's just like, is it really? Is this really what people value? Is this something that people really find, so good tasting and everything like that? If that's the case, then I want none of it. I don't need to involve myself in a culture that, is like that. But then the, contradiction for somebody like me is that oftentimes I feel like I don't belong anywhere. An eternal outcast. But I don't want to include myself in the wrong group of people, or make the choice to do so. But I could never see myself, just passed out drunk, or just getting into a drinking habit, because first off, that thing's gonna drain your bank account pretty quickly. And for one that's already relatively thin for me, I mean, I don't know. I don't want to even consider that. And the weird thing is that I think that a lot of people my age, early 20s, around that college age, often feel like they have to, drink alcohol or smoke something to, I guess, be more relaxed, more comfortable, and maybe feel like they can open up more and talk more freely. I mean, I feel like I can already do that. I'm willing to talk about interesting things. I'm willing to learn about other things, right? But I don't feel like I'm going to need to drink or smoke to do that. So often that feels like a barrier. And then it's weird because it's like, because alcohol is the, I wouldn't, yeah, it can be addictive for some people. It's the most maybe marketed or most encouraged. Is that the right word? Addiction? Like if you're ever out at a restaurant or at a bar and you're like, I don't want to drink. There's so much peer pressure from other people to drink. I don't know if that's just a thing where it's like these people are miserable and they want somebody to feel that same sort of shame, or they want to be like, oh, they're doing it, so what I'm doing is okay too. It doesn't really matter. You get what I'm saying? It's like, it's weird. But I've never, it's like, people can drink. That's okay. I'm just personally not going to do it. I don't, also, saw a video from, that was maybe a week or two ago, about how expensive the drinks in Vegas was. Well, Vegas is just expensive as anything now, and it can be kind of dead too at this time of the year, which is kind of crazy. It's like, I don't need to, I don't want to drink alcohol because, number one, it costs too much money. Number two, I don't need it to open up or to talk to people about these kind of things. But it's also, it's just like, it's a barrier that I feel that people have put up for themselves, where they have to indulge in that, and then they can feel more comfortable doing, talking about stuff a little more freely. That's just my take on it. Granted, I could be completely wrong on it, but, that's okay. And then to the, smoking and tobacco side of things. Again, if you've ever smelled what a cigarette smells like, that secondhand thing, it's awful. So pungent. It's almost like, I'm sure I'm not the only person who does this, who has done this. Where you hold your breath when you're walking past somebody smoking, and then you have to let it out like way down. So it's just like, damn. It might be disrespectful, but it's just like, it smells terrible. And I don't need to be getting lung cancer at 40 years old. If I even make it to 40, who knows, right? I don't need to be doing that. And also, for the alcohol stuff, I don't need to put a hole in my liver. I value that. I guess Hannibal would too. I value my liver, so there's no reason for me to put a hole in it or get a liver cancer from that, from absolutely just destroying it with alcohol. So I'm good. I'm good on that front. I don't need to drink. I don't need to smoke. And especially, it's just like, it's gonna deplete your money. You seen how much cigarette packs cost nowadays. I actually don't think they're that crazy, but they have been crazier. And then the vape stuff too. They got in trouble with the big cigarette stuff, got in trouble with the law beforehand, trying to market that stuff to kids. So now they're just selling vapes. These freaking blueberry, strawberry flavored vapes, bro. I do not need to be walking past you as a 21-year-old. Hell, you might even be younger than that, vaping. Smelling like a damn blueberry muffin, bro. No, thank you. I don't need to be intaking that. And it's, I don't get why it's so heavily advertised either. I get that they're probably making a lot of money from it, probably because, the majority of people who drink a lot are going to be older people. They're going to be probably people who are, I would say, probably 40 and above. Maybe even 50 and above. But, no shame to people who want to drink, as long as they're responsible about it. That's fine. You do what you want to do. I just have no desire to ever drink or smoke. And, straight edge lifestyle. But then again, it's just like, I shouldn't be crapping on people who want to do that. Right? That's not my lane. That's me just saying, I don't want to do it. This isn't me looking for, an attention validation or anything like that. But it's just saying that, people can make their own choices, but I shouldn't be held responsible for their choices. Right? If you want to drink, you are more than welcome to do so. I am not going to stop you. Unless you're about 4 deep, and then we could have problems, right? We gotta be responsible and look out for each other. And I'm also not gonna smoke, because I actually, care about my lungs. They might already be screwed from, all this stuff. But then, who knows? Come back to this video in a year and, well, I would hope that I wouldn't be on either of those things, but, nicotine helps a lot of people for whatever causes they might get it for, whether it's to relieve stress, to feel some sort of high, but it is addictive. So the lesson of this video is, be careful, right? Be responsible. Just know that this stuff can become addictive if you, really, really enjoy the high that you get from it. But it's just like, I feel that a lot of people that I know or knew have gone hard into the alcohol lifestyle. And I don't want to associate myself with that. So, who knows? Again, this is just another video of me rambling about a certain topic, so I imagine a majority of people will have clicked off the video by now. So if you have made it to this point of the video, thank you very much, and thank you for watching. If you liked it, go hit the like button down below and leave your comments below. I would love to read them. And if you want to see more content like this, please do consider subscribing. It would mean a lot to me, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Take care, everybody, and stay safe out there.